Jackson, first play, going to throw. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. From the gun, it's Jackson. The ball comes out, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Now it's Jackson. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. The defense is always talking about not letting Lamar Jackson get comfortable. A good job there on his opening drive of making him uncomfortable.
And you're talking about doing it so early in the game because all week long there's been anxiety on the defensive side of the ball. How do we keep this guy hemmed in?
And the pressure gets to him again. Nick Bosa drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up fourth down. Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Back deep, Ray McLeod. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And right away, he lost the football. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Throwing again on second down. Garoppolo into a sea of defenders, unintercepted. Picked up by Marlon Humphrey. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wallace. And they'll get this down to the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? They go play action now. Jackson, rush coming, and he's taken down. Dre Greenlaw getting home on that one. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Niners are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points are given away and could cost them a ball game?
And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How do they get in there and knock another one away? You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And the grab by Croft. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. Here we go. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Adafe Owe showing off the pass rush skills. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. Back to throw here. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker. Going to go on 4th down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. Start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he's going to have a Niners first down as the tackle made here at the 36.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Oh, this is a great play right here by a very versatile linebacker. It's a zone defense, so he's responsible for one area of the field. And Brandon, I don't think the quarterback ever saw it. Or if he did, he saw him too late because he snuck into a great position there to pick that one off.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Samson Abukum in there to bury him for a loss of 11. From midfield now, here's Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down.
I like the thinking there because right after a sack, it can be a great time to call for a screen to your running back and use the eagerness of the defense against him. Able to gain some positive yards out of this one and make things a little bit easier for him.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the 49ers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Lance. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From midfield, here's Lance. They're looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And he will be out of bounds. A good yardage there, and he'll get a second to catch his breath as it leads us right into the 2-minute warning. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And he's got it. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay from 13 yards out. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but The way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So roughing the passer there, a big mistake defensively.
Yeah, and even though you've got a quarterback out of the pocket and the rules change downfield, that doesn't mean the same rules don't apply with the QB. Anything more than one step.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 41. Well, there are several factors at play for why they face this deficit right now, Charles, but that's now 3 interceptions that he has thrown, and just giving the football away pretty careless here in the opening half.
Yeah, I know that all of our parents taught us to share as youngsters, but in this game, you don't want to share with the other team. Keep it for yourself. Keep it for your team. Got to cut down on all of those throws, those errant passes, if they hope to get back into this game.
He can only get a yard after all that. It's second down. From the gun, Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On 3rd down, Jackson is going to let this one go deep. He's got a man, complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. For all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. 2nd down and goal. Jackson going for Bateman. He's got him on the out route. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter.
That's right.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson to the end zone, but it's incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Just what they need, electric from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Ready, go!
Davis Price will try to pick it up. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30.
Ready, go!
Lance and company going on 4th down. Incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Lance. And that is incomplete here.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw complete here to Ayuk. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Now Lance on the bootleg. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Chuck Clark in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. It's Chuck Clark picking it off, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder, because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. On 3rd down, they're going to go with the option. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Well, so much for that possession.
Yeah, I think he tried to do a little too much there, partner. He tried to keep it himself. Ended up getting buried in the backfield, and that brings up 4th down.
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Lance now on 1st down. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Lance. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Oh, Gold missed it. It's no good. Wide to the left, off the mark, and this will stay a 3-touchdown game.
Partner, this is certainly turning out to be one of those days. Here we are in the second half. They're being shut out. Offense is doing nothing. And you're just saying, please, come on, give us something here to your kicker. But even this is no good.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
This time, Jackson will throw it. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Jackson now. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he goes out of bounds and looks like right at the 50. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that is incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. On the move to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They go play action now. Jackson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now. And how about this, a fake? They'll boot it away from about his 35. What a play. It's a 1st down as they get 19 yards on the fake punt. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Again, Jackson. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. Mark Andrews, 31 yards. And the Ravens have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And it is 28-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
The yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a...
And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control. And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play. The offense has had its moments, too. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there. And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess. Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right? Yeah. The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here. Yeah, because this ball game is over. Second down, here's Davis Price. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
11. 21.
To throw is Garoppolo. Finding Gray going across the field. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops from one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here we go.
3rd and goal. Try to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Garoppolo. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle from Jimmy Garoppolo. And the 49ers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way. Garoppolo looking to throw for it. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think that might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he trotted out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Samson Abukum able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down,
They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. That's going to be caught. It's James Prochet. And he is going to have a Ravens first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on fourth down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. And Jackson throwing once more. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Now they're going to try this again. It's another fake. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and that will force a turnover on downs. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. That's complete to his running back, Wilson. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Drops this underneath for Davis Price. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
21, 21.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
13.
On 2nd and goal, Garoppolo. Touchdown! Juwan Jennings, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
21.
They'll look to throw. And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And checking the timeouts. They do have two defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. That is caught, Rashad Bateman. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to get it back here just past the 35. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Ravens are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, obviously, Charles, this stage of the game, down 2 scores, they had to put the football in the air. Unfortunately, it gets picked off.
And the criticism comes easily in situations like this, but you just laid it out. Look where they are on the scoreboard. Look at where the clock is in the game. He has to take a chance here and try and get the ball downfield to his receivers. Unfortunately, it was picked off.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the offense is going to get this ball back. So no turnover at the final gun, and this game is over. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I tell you what,